On April 26, 1986, the world witnessed the worst nuclear disaster in history, Chernobyl. But what truly happened on that fateful night? The Chernobyl Nuclear Power Plant, located in the Soviet Union, was a symbol of Soviet industrial ambition. Its failure would expose critical flaws not just in technology, but in the system itself. The plant was situated near the city of Pripyat, in what was then the Ukrainian SSR, a critical part of the Soviet energy infrastructure. Chernobyl utilized the RBMK reactor, a Soviet-designed graphite-moderated reactor known for its dual purpose, generating electricity and producing weapons-grade plutonium. The disaster was directly triggered by a scheduled safety test that went tragically wrong. This test was designed to ensure the reactor could be cooled during a complete power failure. The test on Reactor 4 aimed to determine if the turbine's rotational momentum could provide residual power to run cooling pumps during a brief power interruption before emergency generators started. Driven by a desire to complete the test, operators violated multiple crucial safety protocols, pushing the reactor to dangerously low power levels, making it highly unstable. Critically, the RBMK reactor had a positive void coefficient, meaning as cooling water turned to steam, a void, nuclear activity increased, accelerating the reaction instead of slowing it down. This was a critical design flaw. At 1:23 a.m., the uncontrolled reaction reached its catastrophic climax, leading to a sequence of explosions that blew the lid off the reactor core. When operators attempted an emergency shutdown, the flawed control rods briefly introduced reactivity before fully engaging, triggering an uncontrollable power surge that quickly vaporized the coolant water. The immense pressure from the sudden steam expansion caused the first, non-nuclear explosion, instantly destroying the reactor vessel and ejecting its 1,000-ton concrete lid. The exposed graphite moderator then ignited, sending massive plumes of highly radioactive material and fission products high into the atmosphere, spreading radiation across Europe. The immediate aftermath was chaotic, marked by heroic initial responses, official denial, and ultimately, widespread devastation. Soviet officials initially downplayed the severity of the incident. The nearby city of Pripyat wasn't fully evacuated until 36 hours after the explosion, exposing thousands to high doses of radiation. Firefighters and military personnel, known as liquidators, risked and often sacrificed their lives to extinguish the blaze and contain the radiation, working under unimaginable conditions. The disaster caused massive geopolitical fallout, as radiation spread across neighboring countries, forcing the Soviet government to admit the extent of the catastrophe. The effects of Chernobyl continue to be felt decades later, impacting health, the environment, and global nuclear safety policy. High radiation doses led to thousands of cases of thyroid cancer, particularly among children, and ongoing psychological and long-term health monitoring for survivors and liquidators. A 2,600 square kilometer exclusion zone was established around the plant, a barren landscape where human resettlement is still generally prohibited due to contamination. To contain the remaining radioactive material, a massive structure, the new safe confinement, was installed over the original concrete sarcophagus, ensuring safety for the next 100 years. Chernobyl remains a stark lesson in the profound risks of nuclear power when combined with design flaws, human error, and systemic lack of transparency. The disaster ultimately led to massive reforms in reactor safety globally and cemented the importance of international collaboration and strict regulatory oversight in the nuclear industry.